Did you know that most of the time you open your fridge is not at meal times? So that says you open your fridge when you're hungry, and if the first thing you do is open your fridge and you see a chocolate cake or you see some nice, unhealthy, savoury snacks, what are you going to do? You're going to go straight for it. Your mind is telling you, I'm hungry, I need something to eat, I'm not sure what I want. You open the fridge and there is that big chocolate gâteau right in front of you. Of course, you're going to take it, right? So I'm going to show you today how to lay your fridge out in one of the best ways so you can resist temptation and actually go for the healthier things. So take a look at this. So it's late in the evening, you're feeling a little bit peckish, you've had your dinner, you've been watching telly. It's not something I often do. And then you come into the kitchen, you reach for the fridge, and that is what you're presented with. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you exactly why fridge manufacturers have got it all wrong, and then I'm also going to help you reorganize your fridge so you get it right and you leave all those fatty, unhealthy things out of the way. All right, let's talk about what's wrong with the fridge layout. So first of all, most fridges have got shelves at the bottom, drawers at the bottom, and you're actually told this is where you put all your veg, and people put all of the, I think it's even got it on the pictures on here, right? Let's store our fruit, our grapes, and I'm not sure what that is, no idea, and our dairies and our apples and our carrots. Let's put them here where we can't see them. Let's put everything out down there where we can't see it, and then what we'll do, I have to keep turning that off, otherwise the alarm goes off. And what we'll do is we'll go to the shop and we'll buy a cheesecake and we'll put it here, and then we'll buy some yogurts and we'll put them here with sprinkles in them and chocolate bits and all that sort of stuff. We'll cook some pizza, and when we've cooked the pizza we'll put it on this shelf, because it's half cooked food. What we don't want to do is we don't want to waste it, so we're going to leave it here just in case we get hungry in the evening, and then we can snack on that nice unhealthy pizza. Everything about the way they lay the drawers out and the fridge is just wrong. It's not a healthy way to lay a fridge out. And as you can see by the guidance on the drawers, it's telling you where to put stuff. Not good. Another interesting thing, if you put your hand at the top of the fridge, it doesn't feel very cold, right? If you go down to the bottom of the fridge, it's a lot colder. Yeah, and there's air vents coming through, so it's obviously pushing the cold air down. Cold air goes down, warm air goes up. You don't want to be storing stuff at the top of the fridge that's going to go off quickly. Okay, if you're putting it at the top, you're taking a big risk. Your meat, you want it at the bottom. Keep it at the bottom. It's normally only got 3, 4, 5 days, at the most a week maybe. If you're not going to put it there and you're worried about it going out of date, it goes in the freezer. So what do I use my drawers for? Well, I do use it for some veg because it's the larger items. However, the bottom drawer has just got junk in it. It's literally sauces, fats, there's some long life cheese in there that I don't have to worry about. It's halloumi, I don't have to worry about it going out of date. It's literally the junk drawer, ketchup, stuff like that. So I do use that for the vegetables just because I don't want those big items sitting on my shelves. But that's stuff I don't have to worry about going out of date. I can just leave it there, and if it goes out of date, it's not the end of the world. My meat sits on this shelf, and then this is where it gets interesting. So, I have a 6-year-old daughter, so this shelf here I tend to put things on that she likes. She likes a cucumber, she likes to snack on these. So when she gets hungry, she knows if she opens the fridge, she can go straight to the tomatoes. So that's what she gets straight away. She also likes beetroot, which I've got at the back there. I've also got a bit of pasta squirreled away at the back there. But yeah, these are the sort of things that she will snack on. Unfortunately, she also has a typical child's diet, so she does like the yogurt with the chocolates in there. So I do keep them on show. Typically, I wouldn't have them. They will all be gone, out of the way. The next sort of shelves I've generally just organised how I want them to sit. So I've kind of got fruit up here. I do have a fruit bowl, but I don't like to put it all out because it goes out of date really quickly. It goes all mouldy and stuff, so if I don't eat it. And if I put it all out there, I end up having about 15 pieces of fruit a day. So yeah, I keep some of my fruit in my fridge. and when it's time I take it out and replace what's in the fruit bowl which I've eaten. Yeah, just generally bits and bobs like that. I've also got the kind of half-used items there. I generally get this out first before I touch anything that's in here and say, right, okay, what can I use out of here? If I'm making an omelette or something, I'll just smash all this stuff up and that'll all go in an omelette. So yeah, that's a good little thing to do. Don't think that just because you're using an onion, you need to use all of it. You can always save that little bit. I've then got my onions. I've got some chilies. I've got some spring onions, radish. I've got some lettuce there at the back. Some broccoli. We've been through this shelf. Some small potatoes. I really struggle with my daughter giving her a good diet. She's a typical 6-year-old, just wants to eat rubbish all the time. However, if they're in her face every day, she'll see them and she'll want them. And some mushrooms there. This drawer is generally a healthy drawer, but not so healthy. So I've got coleslaw in there. I've got some hummuses. What else have I got? I've got like a beetroot dip there. And then there's some olives with some feta and beetroot. So yeah, it's not unhealthy, but it's not the healthiest. So me personally, if I open this, I look straight in the fridge and this is what I'm presented with straight away. So I am told by my brain when I'm hungry, go for that, go for a nectarine, have a little bit of avocado, maybe slice up a bit of honeydew melon there. So that's kind of how I lay my fridge out, guys. In the doors, I should say, I've got the typical eggs. I've got some cheeses and stuff like that. Again, I would normally have that out of the way, but it doesn't tend to bother me. I tend to just look straight in the fridge. Yogurts, and again, down there all the way through to the milk. So that's pretty much it. It's a simple way of laying out your fridge, just to avoid the temptation of going for the sweet stuff. If you can, don't even put it in your fridge. If you've got cakes and stuff, they'll stay out on the side, or put them in a pantry or in a cupboard. They'll last a couple of days anyway. So the idea is you look in the fridge and you see something that you want to eat straight away, and it just stops that binge eating that most of us just want to do on an evening. Alright, so I hope that explains my theory behind having my fridge laid out. You can see that I was using plastic containers as well. So they're like some healthy meals that I bought from Morrison's when I was just a little bit busy and a little bit too lazy to cook on an evening. I stuck them all in the freezer, and then I've just been left with loads of these like little plastic containers. And I tend to lay my fridge out so it's all colourful. I don't like to stick all the greens together and all the reds together. I like to mix it up just so, I don't know, I just open it and it just feels like a pleasure. It's like a piece of art. If you went into a supermarket and everything was just all over the place, it would be quite a stressful thing to look at and to try and find things. Whereas I like not necessarily my fridge to look like a supermarket, but I just like it to be, pleasing on the eye when I open it. And trust me, it does work. It does improve your diet. I'd much rather the cake and chocolates and yogurts and things be squirreled away somewhere and go out of date than have my my fruit and some of my vegetables and things like that just like sit there and get moldy in the bottom of one of the drawers. So that's the theory behind it. Give it a try. If you've got any questions, leave some comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And obviously, as you've probably worked out by now, I'm a very keen runner, so click on my other videos. There's some other reviews on there, and there's lots more content coming. So yeah, I hope you like the video, and stay tuned for more from me.